Testing. 1, 2.
So what made you want to start a podcast?
Man, I've been sitting on podcast moves for the last, so my first episode was last year, Thanksgiving.
Okay.
And prior to that, though, I was like, I want to do this for like 2 years prior to that. It's just, I grew up watching Montel Jordan and, Montel Williams and Jenny Jones and all of them, Oprah. So it was like that, having somebody sitting in front of you, telling you their story and all the other kind of stuff is just like, and when people have that trust with you, they'll open up even more. So all through my life, people love sitting down and talking to me. They be like, Corey, man, you're so easy to talk to. You just got this warm, like all those things. And I'm just like, dang, I just met you. You know what I mean? So, and I've done comedy. So I just love an audience sometimes, but I feel like my personality can bring a lot out of people. So that's what got me into it.
Yeah,
it was like a mix. It was like, all right, I want to be funny, but I don't want to be funny all the time. So, but I also love people's stories. I have a story. So it's like, if I know my story is impactful, I know it's going to be impactful if somebody hears somebody else's story.
For sure.
So that's how that came about.
Yeah, and I was just so excited about this conversation because I already knew I could be comfortable with you because whenever you came to the shoot, you just gave such great energy. Like when you got there, you was ready to go. Like you made sure the girls was comfortable. You was like, hey, try this.
Right.
Like I'm like, okay, yes, I love Corey.
I appreciate that. One of the girls reached out and was like, I can't remember which one was it, but it was like, oh, I want to do some shoots. I got some concepts. I was like, just let me know. I just don't remember which one it was. You got so many of them.
Yeah.
Give it the true shot. I'm on 7.5 million over my head. Money hitting under my bed. Baby, let me talk about it. Let me talk about it. I'ma grind on heavy till the fam get fed. They gotta be good when I'm dead. Man, let me talk about it. I'ma grind on heavy till the fam get fed. They gotta be good when I'm dead. Man, let me talk about it.
I want to give you a little intro.
Okay.
So I worked on it a little bit. First, thank you all again for tuning in for another episode of In True Form. I'm your host, Corey Truesdale. I have a dope personality with me. She's a very, very special guest, but I'm going to give her introduction as she deserves. First, before we get started, though, I have to ask, how does my hair look?
It looks good. I like it.
It's not in my hair. It's not in my face. It's not all over the place. Okay. Because sometimes we can get to talking, and then I got like 3 or 4 locks that's back there just chilling.
Look, I had to go do a little touch up too. Had to make sure my hair was good.
All right. So today's guest is Amya Janine. Did I say your last name correct?
Yes, you did.
She is a business owner, model, a brand marketing strategist. She's the CEO and founder of TDA Modeling Agency, where she's building a multi-brand ecosystem focused on creative direction, talent development, and creating real opportunities for others. Amya's journey is rooted in vision, leadership, and resilience. And not just that, in true form, it paints that picture of how she's truly operating in the world today. So I want you all to give her a warm standing ovation. Oh, y'all ain't got to clap already. Welcome, Amya Janine, to In True Form.
Well, that introduction, by the way, was incredible. Like, I'm trying to figure out how I can introduce myself better than that. But I am so happy to be here. Thank you for having me on In True Form podcast. Yes. It is a great opportunity, so thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Welcome, man. You're welcome. So we're going to go ahead and get started. I tell all my guests that, you don't know what questions is coming. So it stays in the vein of what you're doing.
Okay.
So I'll kick things off. And, first, before we even kick things off, I just want to know, how's your day been going?
It's been going good. It's been productive. It's been busy. Mondays are always busy. But, yeah, I'm happy to be here.
I got a close-up view of her lashes. They popping right now. So
okay, period.
they like, yo, what's up? It's me. So they look good, man. You look good. So
Thank you.
Recently, you've been throwing some model shots out there lately. You got back in front of the camera, or was you taking a break when we did the cowboy like type vibe, the outside shoot? Was you taking a break from that?
So I'm always behind the scenes. When it comes to my girls and it comes to my modeling agency, I'm always behind the scenes, more creative directing. And everybody always be like, why don't you be behind the camera? And I'm just like, I don't know. Like, I'm just so busy working that I never be behind the camera. But I took it upon myself. I was like, you know what? I'm about to get back out there. If I have a modeling agency and I'm showing the girls, what it's like to be behind the camera, then I need to get out there too. So I finally got myself back out there, and I've been popping it.
Yeah,
I've been popping it.
Yeah,
so there's more to come for sure.
I was like, where she come from with it? That's how I was like, I gotta like it. I gotta repost it. I gotta share it. But to kick things off though, before the titles and before the agencies, who was Amya at the beginning of your journey, and what first sparked your interest in your modeling and your branding build?
Yeah, so it really came from, I always say that it came from a struggle, honestly, because whenever I first started off with TDA, it was the middle of the pandemic. I just lost both my jobs. I was a manager for New York & Company, and I was also a travel agent. New York & Company went bankrupt, and nobody was traveling during the time. So I remember, calling my mom, and I was like, what am I going to do for money? And she was like, you're meant to be an entrepreneur. You're not meant to work for nobody else. So she said, when you come home, she said, write your vision every morning. Write your vision and say it every morning, every night. And that's what I did. And so I went on to YouTube University, and I taught myself how to do logos. And during the middle of the pandemic, everybody was starting businesses. So, so I was getting a lot of sales coming in. I started off doing logos, and the people were asking me like, hey, do you do business cards? Do you do flyers? Do you do websites? Hey, do you know how to do LLCs? Hey, do you know any models that can, be a part of my photo shoot, video shoot? So then that's when I thought of the Don Agency. And so I'm like, this is a need within the industry, so let me create a platform, a branding and marketing agency, a one-stop shop that can cater to everybody and their needs when it comes to business. Right. So yeah, but before that, also, I've been an entrepreneur since I was 18 years old. I started off with, I was like really into everything. Anything I could put my hands on, I was into. But I started off by having a cosmetics line called Bella Rain. I also had a boutique called Maya J. Lux. And I also had a DIY brand where I did gift baskets, graduation caps, and, candy bouquets. So I was just a girl that loved to explore every industry. And I feel like that's why I feel like that's why where I'm at now. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yep. What are your strongest characteristics? Because in order to have those different hats that you worn, you have to be able to deal with people's. You have to be able to deal with people's personalities. And with you being young, like there's older people that will feel some type of intimidation. They I don't want to do no business with somebody like that. Like, how do you keep yourself grounded and still move with that confidence? Because that's what I see when I'm sitting next to you or when I'm around. I see confidence. I see like, hey, I can do this. Where does that come from?
Really, it comes from just being myself. I feel like it is like being an entrepreneur and being Amya Janine. It was a lot of hate that I had, like, growing into my business. But I just tell people that you have to be yourself, and you can become anything that you want to become. You know what I'm saying? So you don't have to hate on the next person. Like, anything can become your reality. You just have to work towards it. So that's what really keeps me grounded. I try to motivate people. I do motivate people, and I do try to push people to the next level, to let them know, like, hey, you can do it too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We can work together. We can build together, and that's what I'm really big on too, is community building.
Yeah.
I love helping people get to the next level, for sure.
You mentioned the pandemic earlier, and we all was in that pandemic. A lot of people came out of it strong. A lot of people kind of shrunk in that pandemic. You came out strong. What were some obstacles that you faced with those businesses that you started? Because you're not doing those anymore. You're doing the agency and stuff now. So did you run into any type of obstacles during that time doing those other businesses?
So I became an entrepreneur when I was 18, and really with those businesses, like, I'll pick them up and I'll put them down. So it was like 2018, I was running a business for a year, put it down. Then I picked up the next business, put it down. And then, like you said, when it came to the pandemic, and, you know, I really was able to sit with myself and figure out what I truly wanted, and I seen that it was a need within the industry. I picked it up and I was like, okay, this is what I'm rocking with. You know, it just felt right to me. And then, especially with picking out the name, like the Don Agency, whenever I came up with the Don Agency, I was like, hold up. I looked it up on the Secretary of State, and I looked it up on social media. I'm like, nobody don't have this name? I said, okay, yeah, the Don Agency.
Like, it's for me.
It's for me. So the Don Agency is actually the first business that I picked up and I didn't put down.
That's dope.
So, and I feel like, yeah, just with the pandemic, just being able to see people lose their jobs and be able to see people step out their comfort zone and start businesses because they didn't have no other choice. You know what I'm saying? I just love the fact that, you know, everybody did really build their businesses around the pandemic, you know, like, so yeah.
She's mentioning TDA. We've touched on it a lot. Before I go into my next question, though, I want you to tell the audience where they can find you and where they can see, like, your website and things like that.
Yes, so I have on Instagram, on all platforms. Let me get that correct. On all platforms, you can find me at the Don Agency. That's the Don Agency. And then you can also find my modeling agency at the Don Models. And I also have something coming up soon, which is Millionaires Don't Gatekeep. So we'll talk a little bit more about that. But yeah, you can follow me on all three pages. And yeah, so.
Dope. What's one myth about modeling or branding in that industry vein that you're always having to correct people on?
What's one myth on branding and modeling that I have to correct people on?
Or you, like, even if you don't have to correct them on, what are some of the things that you hear that you just be like, nah, that's not how that goes. It's supposed to be this way? Or
I feel like when it comes to branding, I feel like people always feel like they have to have it, they have to be perfect when it comes to branding. And I really feel like it's just, I really feel like it's how you want to perceive your brand. Of course, it is some things that you have to do in order to make your brand, but I just feel like as though, you know, people always feel like they have to be perfect when it comes to their brand. You don't have to be perfect. You can start with what you have, use the tools and resources that you have, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, as far as branding, that's what I would say about branding. And as far as modeling, when creating the Don Models, I definitely wanted to step away from the average modeling agency where they're saying like, oh, you have to be tall, or you have to, you know, you can't be big, or you have to be a certain color, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, no, like when it comes to my modeling agency, I want to put everybody on the floor, you know what I'm saying? Whether you're tall, whether you're big, whether you're, you know, whatever colors and stuff. And that's another thing too. A lot of people say with the Don Models, they feel like that it's just for African American women, but that's not true. I want to take all ethnicities, and it's just, no, I never get any Hispanic or any white or anything like that. But I would love for them to come apart, you know.
You gotta get out there to the salsa clubs. I'm serious. Like they go there And there are models there. Like they just don't have no representation.
Yes.
But
yes.
that's what they are. They're at the clubs. They're, you know what I'm saying, they're around their own. And a lot of the movie industry, like short film folks, they have a lot of like the Caucasians and the Latinas and stuff like that. They're in that vein, and they want to do photos because they'll reach out to me, and you know they want to collab and do stuff like that. But also Facebook groups.
Okay.
Like you got to tap into the Facebook groups and just put it out there. Like, yo, I'm looking for some models, and they'll listen to you because you're a woman. And a lot of times when guys come with that approach, they always feel like it's some type of, you know, ulterior motive. But nah, that's dope, man. You've built TDA as a multi-brand ecosystem. Can you break down how TDA Models, and MDG work together?
Yes, so TDA is the powerhouse. So that is the branding and marketing. I cannot right now. Okay. So TDA is the branding and marketing one-stop shop. So that's where people come and they're able to get their graphic design. They're able to get creative direction. They're able to get, you know, photo shoots for their brands. They're able to get, it's a one-stop shop where you can get everything all in one.
It's like an umbrella.
Umbrella.
Okay.
So yes, the Don agency is the umbrella, and then the Don models follow up underneath that.
Underneath it, okay.
And the crazy thing about the Don models is whenever I was working with my clients and they're asking about, hey, like, do you have models for my photo shoot or video shoot? The main thing was to have models on hand to be able to help my clients with. But it ended up turning out to be a full-blown modeling agency where I'm helping, you know, women create portfolios, and I'm helping them get booked and helping them build their confidence. So that it's so crazy because it wasn't supposed to be like that, but it turned out being like that, and I'm just so grateful for where it's at now. We're going on year 4.
That's dope.
Yes, and Millionaires Don't Gatekeep. That's my new baby. I'm very, very excited. And that's,
when does it fully roll out?
It's gonna roll out in January.
Okay.
Which
Your birthday?
Yes.
What day did your birthday fall on?
The 16th.
Okay.
Yes, January 16th. I'm a Capricorn.
So I need to launch this episode on your birthday then, huh?
Oh yeah, for sure.
There you go.
For sure.
You got your date then.
Yes, for sure. But yeah, so Millionaires Don't Gatekeep, that's my new baby. It's coming up. That is my education platform. That's where I'm going to give you the real, raw, and uncut of how this business thing works, because it's not always peaches and cream. You can even agree.
Right.
As an entrepreneur, it's not always peaches and creams. It's always things going on in the background. And the only thing that you see, like you go on my social media, you see me popping it, but you don't see what I go through in the background. So just giving you the real, raw, and uncut, and letting you know that you can start with where you're at. But the first thing that I'm going to start off with is I'm going to start it off on YouTube. And it's going to be a 90-day run, and I'm going to teach people how to start their business from start to finish. After that 90-day run, then I'm going to launch my podcast, which will be under Millionaires Don't Gatekeep as well. And I'm also going to drop...
I want to be a guest.
Yes, period. We have to have Corey on board.
Yeah, man.
But we're also going to drop the ebooks, and
that's gonna be dope. You got some stuff happening, man.
Yes, and we also have an event coming up too, so we got to talk a little bit more about that.
Okay.
The event is going to be in June.
Okay.
So I'm very excited about that as well too.
That's good, man. You always got something going on.
Yes, you know, I don't stop. I feel like I don't be sleeping. I feel like I got bags under my eyes right now.
No, you don't. You don't have bags. She doesn't have bags. It's crazy. I totally skipped over on, because I like to tell my guests, how did I meet? Well, I like to tell my audience, how did I meet my guests? How did we meet?
So, I'll say I love Threads. Threads is a great algorithm. If you're not on Threads, you better get on Threads right now, because Threads is about to start popping it very soon.
Shout out to Threads.
But yeah, so we met on Threads. I had made a post, and I was looking for a photographer, and of course, yes.
I really forgot. I was like, I don't know how I got connected with her, but social media.
Yeah, social
tell people
media
all the time, man. Social media. Like I was just having this conversation with somebody recently, and it's pretty sad because I've been in front of a lot of people lately, and we were talking about how your website and your work is your work and your website. Social media is like a reminder.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, I still have this modeling agency, but that's not really where you're pushing it at.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and a lot of, I need to update my website, but I'm getting a lot of people reach out to me just what's on my website and what the reminders are on social media. It's like, I did Fashion Week this year in February and in September. Do you plan on getting your girls into Fashion Week? Do you plan on you being there with them sometime next year?
Yeah, I'll actually say that I definitely want to be on the runway. We did go back in 2024.
Okay.
So we was there last year, and
How
then
many
also
of you were you?
it was about 6 of us. About 6 of us, and we had 2 girls go this year. So we're definitely going to be on board next year. Yes, for sure. I can't wait to be there.
Well, let me know. I have a really strong relationship with the Book of Beauty team.
Okay.
They brought me in this past September, and I shot their behind the scenes, backstage, all of that stuff. So if you're looking for somebody to like get connected with some designers and stuff like that, I connected with a lot of them on Instagram, did some reels and stuff for them.
Okay.
So, you know what I mean? You start knocking on their doors now because February, of course, is coming around, and then they start looking for stuff for September.
Yeah,
They go hard early. Like
Yeah, they do.
like I came back and probably like 6 weeks later, they're already putting stuff out.
Yeah.
I'm like, bruh, let me comb through these photos first. But it was dope, man. It was, this September was really nice. February was cold, as expected, but having to walk across the street to go to the backstage and then walk all the way to the venue, and it's a lot of pandemonium type stuff. But,
yes, even getting to New York and being at Fashion Week, it was a lot.
Yeah.
It was a lot that went into it. But like I said, it was a great experience. I'm definitely ready to do it again. And while we're talking about fashion shows, I do want to announce that TDA will be having their own fashion show. We'll be having our own fashion show in April.
Oh.
So I am very excited about that, and it's going to be more like. It's going to be a fashion show, but it's going to be more like an expo. So we're going to have the TDA models there. We're also going to have, outside models come in as well, too. We're going to have North Carolina fashion designers, boutiques. We're going to have clothing brands. I want vendors there that's going to sell model essentials.
Yeah.
We're going to have a VIP section. We're going to have people taking their, we're going to have to, Corey, we have to have you there.
If the days line up, I'm there, yo.
Yes, I want models to be there where they're actually getting their professional photo shoots taken.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right in the midst of
right
everything.
there, know?
Yeah.
So I'm very excited about that. We're also planning on having a huge artist come out. So this is going to be one for the book. So I can't wait for y'all to be there. Y'all got to be there.
That's dope. This episode of In True Form is brought to you by Super Deodorant. The aluminum-free, fragrance-free deodorant that actually works. You just put this under your armpits. Promise you. You know what I'm saying? Whether you're on stage or in the gym or chasing purpose, Super Deodorant has your back and your pits. No harsh chemicals, no irritation, just confidence that lasts. Visit superdeodorant.com/intrueform. And if you sign up today, you'll get 10% off your first order. Smell less, do more. Peace. I was thinking about doing like some kind of Vlad interview. Like when it's just the subject in front and I'm behind the camera asking the questions. I was thinking about doing like an episode like that.
That would be dope. You should do it.
Y'all should do that?
Yeah, for sure.
See, a lot of people like that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I try it out. I just like being in front of the camera sometimes.
Yeah.
I'll probably do it when my hair ain't retwisted. Like, we got my split ends and loose ends and all that stuff coming out. I'm like, I'm going to sit behind the camera today.
No, it's good.
All right, so we have Haze THC drink. It has 10 milligrams of THC Delta 9, 40 milligrams of caffeine for you caffeine drinkers. This is Amaya's drink for this evening. Amaya, do you want to take a sip on camera and give us your personal experience with haze?
So, like I was telling you before, can I cuss up here?
Yeah. do your thing.
This shit tastes good as fuck. And I'm already like feeling it a little bit. It's not strong at all, but you know how it's like you drinking juice and you just sipping on it and stuff and then it creep up on you? I feel like, yeah, that's where I'm at right now. But I really like this drink. I love this drink. Y'all should definitely go out and try it. And this one that I'm drinking is Peak Punch. And this one is really, really good. So I definitely have to try the other flavors.
Yep.
I'm going to tap in with the website.
Grape, peach, it's lemonade, it's a whole bunch of them.
Okay, period.
Yep.
So we're going to be drinking on that haze.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah. Haze, y'all get at me. This is a beginning of a partnership. So I appreciate you all sending me the drinks and got more stuff coming on the way.
And if you want to do a commercial with TDA Models, you already know where to contact me at. Okay, period.
There you go, man. Get them connected. Get everybody hazed and lifted.
Okay.
So we're in the home stretch. I do want to ask a fun question for you.
Okay.
If you had to describe your CEO energy in 3 words, what would they be?
CEO energy in 3 words. I have 2 words.
What you got?
The Don.
The Don.
Miss CEO, as they call me. But no, yeah, that's it. The Don, and the Don speak for itself.
Who was your first model that you brought in? Was she at the shoot?
My first model, let's see. We have Leah, we have Shay, we have Santana, we have Diamond. We still have 4 girls that's still here since year 1.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they came in as a group. You ain't had my starting point guard type of thing. And
No,
it wasn't like that. It's just they came in like a flock in a sense.
Yep, they came in as a group, and actually when I first had announced it, it was about 90 girls that applied. It was 40 people that came to the model call. Only 20 got chosen. And I think once we really got locked in with it, was about 15 girls.
I know that was tough.
Yeah, it was tough, especially starting off within the first year. It was very tough. But just learning the ins and outs of the modeling industry, I learned what I could work with. So right now we have 11 amazing girls on the team, and we will be adding more next year. I'm actually going to be moving to Charlotte in August.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I be back and forth with Charlotte. I shoot at the Comedy Zone a lot.
Yes. So we got to get our Charlotte girls, and then we're also partnering with somebody in Atlanta, and so they're going to be managing the Atlanta girls, but they're going to be up under the Don agency. So we're going to start having Atlanta. We're going to have Florida. We got some things coming up, so y'all stay tuned.
It's a model by the name of Michelle. She's mixed. I think she has Filipino or Asian. I've shot her before. She's in Charlotte. She's in her 40s. But she don't even look like she's in her 40s.
Yeah.
And I don't think she's with an agency.
Really?
Yeah, she does a lot. She does a lot of modeling. But she's in Charlotte, super nice. I'll connect you on Instagram if you want to do like a group chat. Kind of do. That's what I've been doing lately.
Yes. And whenever it comes to TDA, we take all ages. Yeah. You know, we're actually at the end of next year, we're actually going to add TDA Kids. We're going to start with our kids first and just, do a test run. And after that, we just start adding more kids on. But TDA Kids is coming up.
Let me know if you need my son.
Yes, for sure. You know what?
Yeah,
look.
My son is, he different.
He's a problem starter?
Nah, he's adorable. He's 10 years old, but he's cool though.
Yeah.
His name is Jaden. He cool. He got locks. Cool kid, man.
Yeah.
Came home the other day telling me I got a girlfriend now. I'm like,
what?
What?
I don't even want to get to that point yet. My son is 2. I'm like, please just stay where you at right now.
Like, yo, what are you talking about? You play soccer. Like, you're a soccer player. I got a girlfriend. And then he do this. He said, I got a girlfriend now. He want to pound me up. like it was, we discussed it or something in the past.
Look, he's like, if I can't talk to anybody about it, I can talk to my pop.
Yeah, he feel like that. It's a safe space. That's something me and my wife talk about a lot too. We be like, growing up, you got in the room kids, and then you have living room kids.
Yep.
And I was an in the room kid because I had a lot of dysfunctional going on in my household. And our kids are living room kids. They want to camp out in our room. They want to. They love being around.
I
so
love that.
he's a living room kid. So it's like I'll be like, yo, go to your room. He like, oh, why do I gotta be in my room? And when I was little, I'm like, oh, I get to go in my room. Bet.
Yeah.
Like everything go down in my room.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm playing with my toys, video game. I'm watching TV until 3:00 in the morning.
Yes.
He out the room. So. It's a good feeling to have good kids.
Yes, for sure.
How old is yours?
My son is 2.
How was that like having a child in the midst of you growing your business?
Ooh, so that was a tough one. Just being a single mom and having to do a lot of things on my own. I always have to show up as a mother, as an entrepreneur. Like I always have to keep going. So, I don't never get no breaks, you know what I'm saying? So I show up for my kid. I love showing up for my kid. But even this year, we went through a hardship, and I was actually homeless with my 2-year-old son back in April.
Really?
So we were homeless for a month. And
What was that like?
that's somewhere I never, ever want to be again. Ever. So that was a really hard time in my life. Like, I feel like I was such at a peak and it all came crumbling down. Like my car ended up breaking down. I ended up being homeless with my son, and most of my family live in New Mexico. So the only people out here is my mom and her kids and my aunt and her kids. It was, like you said, kind of dysfunction between, in the families and stuff like that. So, me and my son was thugging it out for a month. And, I'm glad that we were able to overcome it. And I always say that with your first kid, you grow with your first kid.
Yep.
Like you're learning them and they're learning you.
Yep.
But just during that whole time that we were going through that, like he never had like
He didn't look like he was worried.
Worried
'Cause
or
you was
sad.
with him.
Yes, for sure.
You kept him afloat. Kids can recognize when you broken down.
Yes.
And they'll use their love and their care to build you up.
Yep.
Not indirectly though. It's like I hate to use this example, but it's really like how you watch primates interact. Like a gorilla can recognize when a child or a cub or something like that is like frantic or something. They'll and it's the same thing. Like if it's somebody's wounded, the baby or the kid is going to kind of gravitate and do that. Me and my wife was just talking about it recently, how we was watching something and we was just talking about how people can literally be homeless just like that.
Yes, and that's
it's
why
not always drugs.
It's not
what
drugs.
I mean?
Even with my situation, it was like I was living with, my mom, and sometimes, like you said, just growing up like in dysfunction and just like not being able to agree on certain things, you know. So I was, it was a point where it was like I had my stuff together, but I was like put out in a sense, you know what I'm saying? So it was like I didn't have no choice, and like I said, my car had just broke down, so I didn't have no transportation. I just had to figure it out, So
what did that look like when you wake up in the morning? What did your day look like when you were going through that?
Ooh, so it was days where I definitely had my days. I definitely ran into depression a lot. It was days where I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get through another day. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just like, I have my son, especially having my first child, and he's going through that with me, and waking up and seeing him, and he's so happy, he don't know what's going on, but I'm just like, dang, like I got to get it together for my son. Like just even thinking about like just crazy things, like my son gonna go to the system, is
Somebody gonna take him away from me.
Yeah, somebody gonna take him away from me, and then just staying with different people, and them being okay with you staying, but not being able to be okay with a kid staying. Everybody have different, how they run things in their household.
Couch type of thing.
So it was something like I definitely never want to go through ever again.
Anybody you want to thank that helped you through those tough times that you want to shout out?
Yes, for sure. So it was so many of my friends that did help, and that's one thing that I do want to say. I really want to thank God for just going through that experience. Even though it was a tough experience, I'm allowed that I was able to sit in it, and it was so, we never went without, like, we never went without a roof over our head. We never went out without food. You know what I'm saying? A lot of homeless people, they'll be out on the streets and, or they don't have nobody that they can call. But the fact that I did have my friends, one of my best friends, Nadia, Brooklyn, Kayla, like, my other sister, Michaela, Kayla, like everybody, they was there. Even one of my friends, she took my son for a day, and I'm very, very, very picky when it comes to like who's watching my kid. And my sister Michaela, she was like, I'm gonna come pick up Saya for a few days. I mean, for a few hours or whatever like that. I was like, okay, that's cool. I can get some things together. And then I called her. I was like, hey, like, I'm about to, come pick up Saya. And she was like, you know what? I think that he should stay here tonight. I'm like, I don't think I want him to stay. She was like, no, for real, Maya. Like, it's all hands on deck over here. He's having a good time. Like, just take time for you. Get yourself together. And that was the only day out of those 31 days I was able to like really like sit with myself and gain my composure and be at peace. So I really, really thanked her for that, for sure. But yeah, but I feel like it definitely helped me grow as well too. And it made me always stay on my P's and Q's. Like, you have to be ready for any and everything. Like, you can go from being a six-figure earner, which I was in the time of starting TDA. Within the first year, I was a six-figure earner, to being homeless.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I feel like a lot of people don't talk about that when it comes to entrepreneurship. Like, everybody show the glitz and glams of entrepreneurship, but they don't show the tough times that you go through.
That's why I asked you that question.
Yes.
Because you started off the episode talking about the different businesses that you touched on at 18. And you being where you are now, you did touch like rock bottom in a sense. But a lot of people do be needing to know that. Like, people don't, we always say, folks be hating on, like a lot. The hate comes from the fact that a lot of people don't know what you did to get to where you are.
Yep.
A lot of the times people won't hate on you unless they know your path, know your journey. This platform is to kind of kill the hate a little bit. Like, I'd be wanting people to like, all right, look, like I'll talk to my man DJ Grant, like him going through his sobriety. A lot of people didn't know that he was battling that. You know what I'm saying? Or my man Mellow Mike, comedian, like he's battling cancer. You know what I mean? Like, people don't know what folks are going through.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, sometimes it's good to share those stories because it's going to make people take a step back and be like, you know what? If Amaya can do that, I can do that. And that's important.
Yeah.
It kills the hate, though. Like,
for sure. And just like, even like keeping your faith, like, I feel like a lot of people don't talk about keeping your faith in the middle of trials and tribulations, because I could have lost myself a long time ago. It was so many things that has happened in my life where people was like, dang, you went through that and you're still where you're at now. You're still that happy Amaya. You're still pouring out love. You're still so willing to connect with others and stuff like that. But it's been a lot of things. Like, Corey, if we could touch base on it a little bit. Like, I was held, like, my well, I'm not gonna talk about that, but I was held hostage with 6 guys with guns.
really?
Yes.
How long ago did this happen?
This happened back in 2020. Yes, 2020. And it was just, I was with somebody and they asked me to, take them somewhere. And, I was originally supposed to be out with a friend out to eat. And, they asked me if I could take them there and stuff. And I ended up being put in a position where I was held hostage by 6 guys with guns. And I remember the whole time I was just praying. I'm just praying, like, God, if you would please get me out of this one. Like, I promise you I'll change my life around. And the whole time I was just praying. And, they did, They did allow us to leave after they got what they needed and stuff like that. They allowed us to leave. But after that, it took me a while to like just get myself together and stuff. So
it was just that trust.
Trust
Right there is just is tarnished. That's with anything.
Yep.
Just because of that.
Yep. And it also, like I said, just about being taught lessons while you're in those trials and tribulations. Like the biggest lesson that I learned too was trusting myself, my intuition, because
you felt like something wasn't right.
I felt like something wasn't right, and then it's just like doing what I want to do, doing what Amaya wants to do, because I was saying, I told that person like, hey, like I'm supposed to be going out to eat with a friend. They're like, hey, well, it's going to be just real quick, you know, we're going to just be, you know, in and out or whatever like that. But I'm just like, I don't want to go. Like, I don't want to go. That was my main feeling. Like, I don't want to go. I have other plans, but I didn't trust myself. And I was like, okay, well, I'll go. You know what I'm saying? But if I would have trusted my intuition, I would have been, you know, somewhere else. But also, I just want to touch base on that too, because I feel like I was also there to be that person's guardian angel, because I feel like if I wasn't there, it would have went completely different. Completely different. I'm talking about a abandoned apartment. The only thing that was in there was a mattress. You already know what was going down. You know what I'm saying? And you know, they were more concerned about like kind of like me and like what I was going through, like. Because he even said, he was like, you know, she don't got nothing to do with it. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like if that person was only there, like, it would have went completely different.
Because some people, and not even just that, like, some people in those situations, they don't want no loose ends.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, people in those type of situations, they're like, something went left. So now it's like, all right, I really don't want to get caught. So they panic. People panic in those situations, and then that's how people get killed.
Yep.
It's sometimes off of panicking.
Yep.
It ain't even something like if someone's trying to rob somebody, the robbery don't go well, panic. Like it's sometimes people's intentions is not even to kill somebody. So it was a blessing that you got out of that, because that could have definitely went left.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. So I thank God for my life today. We're gonna have to go into 2026.
We're gonna have to do a part 2.
Yes.
We're gonna have to do a part 2 because I know, you know, therapy is involved in that.
I did start therapy this year. Actually, this year, and therapy helped me out so much. But yeah, I was in a very dark place for sure. But like I said, those dark moments helped me grow into who I am today.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, anytime I go through trials and tribulations, or anytime anybody go through trials and tribulations, just remember that that's not the end of your story. Keep having faith. You never know where you're going to end up being in life. It's so many people, even if you go and you watch entrepreneur podcasts and you look at people's stories, a lot of people started where you're at, but you just see, you know, them evolving, you know. But a lot of people started where we're at. A lot of people then been homeless. A lot of people then, been molested or had to be strippers or had to, even like Tyler Perry, he was homeless for, I think it was like 3 years. And he used to catch, like, fish and like cook his fish at the parks and different things like that. And the night that he was going to give up, like he kept doing his shows and nobody was showing up. And he said the night that he was going to give up, God told him to look out the window and he saw a full line. And he said, yep. And then after that, he said that he always sold out. But what if he would have gave up that night?
Yeah.
What if he would have gave up before that happened?
We wouldn't have had.
We would have had. We would have had Diary of a Mad Black Woman. Like for real. I'm your one choice.
You know that part?
Yeah.
He was like, so I couldn't stand that.
Yeah.
Yo, he made me mad in that movie.
She said, "You want something to eat, huh?"
Yeah.
I was like, "Yeah, she get her get back."
Remember Sanaa Lathan and Family That Prays? Oh my God, yo, he is a Cartwright. I was like, yo, she got the baby.
Yes.
Tyler Perry be writing, yo.
And just even some of the new
Tyler
things
Perry,
that he
you
was putting out
on In True Form. You might not want to. Just, I know you're a busy guy, but if I say Tyler Perry like 3 times, like how we used to say like Bloody Mary when we was little, that's before your time. That was before. But we used to stand in the mirror and be like Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary, and Bloody Mary is supposed to appear. So that was fake. But if I say Tyler Perry like 3 times, the algorithms might send this podcast piece to him.
Okay, period. Look, I like that.
Tyler Perry. Hello.
Yes.
All right. So I got, before we wrap up, I got my signature question to ask you.
Okay.
In true form.
I gotta try this for sure.
Yeah, man. In true form is all about authenticity, stepping into your purpose, and resilience. What does in true form mean to you, and how do you embody that in your daily basis, in your daily life?
So I'll say in true form to me is just being within yourself. Like I mentioned before, trusting yourself, knowing yourself, and just know that you can reach beyond limits. You're not you can go past your wildest dreams, you know what I'm saying? Whatever you believe that you can do, as long as you have faith and you put in the work, you can do it. And also, like, just starting where you're at now. You don't have to wait for the perfect timing. Start with what you have, use your tools and resources that you have, and just take off. You know, one day you're going to be where you're at, and you're going to be looking back at your life, and you're going to be like, dang, I made it. You know what I'm saying? That could be you. So,
Word.
for sure.
Appreciate that. And last but not least, TrueShot, shoot your shot. Who can you get on this podcast that is a no-brainer, that you can orchestrate to get in front of this camera? Who is it out there that you would like for them to share their story?
Barry Nash.
Who is that?
So Barry Nash is a overall creative. She is a branding and marketing strategist. She's a photographer. She is a content creator. She really do it all. You know what I'm saying? She is a great connection to have. So Barry, we got to have you on the show, girl, because I already know that she got a crazy story. That girl works day and night.
She's a beast.
She's a beast. I love Barry.
Let's get the connection going. I'm gonna introduce you to James Primo.
Okay.
And Kenny.
Okay.
And to get the movie discussions going on, casting call and stuff like that, you set me up with Barry.
Yes, for sure.
And,
for sure.
Last but not least, what was your experience like tonight?
It was a 10 out of 10. Corey's already my guy, for sure. We already worked so good together. So whenever he reached out, I was like, oh, no brainer. Yep, I'm up there. We about to do this thing. So I really appreciate you. You definitely about to take off. Like, In True podcast is going to be the next big thing. Remember that I said it tonight. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be seeing it everywhere. So I'm just very, very excited about our friendship and about our business partnership.
No doubt, man. Hey, look, man, this is another dope episode. Might be throwing out a little Christmas episode before the end of this year. But appreciate you formats for tuning in. And I appreciate you being here.
Thank you so much for having me.
You're super busy, so taking time out of your day to sit here and tell your story means a lot to me. So
thank you.
I appreciate you.
Thank you.
And we are out for 2025. Peace. That was fun.
That was great.
You did great, man.